Hey everybody, it's Mark DoctorDeadwax, and it's time for another video. Today I'm going to do Gimme 10 Quebec Prog. Gimme 10, this is a kind of thread idea that Fred has been throwing out there almost on a daily basis. Just show 10 records on a given theme, and anybody's free to pick up and run with their own Gimme 10s, but I'm going to respond to Fred's Gimme 10 Quebec Prog. In the spirit of the Quebec Prog, Dieu, Ciel, Peche, Mortel. This is an award-winning beer from Quebec. Beautiful, extra strong stout. Cheers, everybody. 9 minutes. 9 minutes. Give me 10 in 10. This is going to be easy because some of these have already been shown, but Harmonium, 5 saisons. This is on Celebration. And this is a gem of a record. I believe Fred showed this in his 5 saisons. Kind of classify it as progressive folk. Just a beautiful, does the cover kind of nail it? This cover nails it. A beautiful folk with progressive leanings. I have no idea what it's about, but it's a gorgeous record. Another one from Harmonium that Christophe showed. This is Leptade by Harmonium. So 5 saisons was their third record, their first record. Leptade is their third record, and they evolved through the career to this being more, and they only did 3 records. This is more of a symphonic progressive record along the lines of bands like Yes and Genesis, more of like that British symphonic prog that was out there at the time. All of this stuff is from the 70s, basically. And this is, some people think 5 saisons is a masterpiece, and it is, and this is a masterpiece, and it is. And for me, this is my favorite one of the 3. I just love it because it has the kind of quiet folkiness of the first 2 records, and then it expands into that big keyboard-driven symphonic progressive stuff. So this is a gem. I've talked about that record before. And I have one more on the stack here. This is one that nobody's shown yet. Well, maybe they have. I've only seen I've seen Fred's video, Chris's video, and Christophe's video, so I can only talk about that. If there's more out there, I gotta find them. This is Harmonium's second record. It's their self-titled record, and this is while it's a bridge between 5 saisons and Leptade, there was still a much bigger leap from this album to Leptade than there was from 5 saisons to this record. This record is still pretty progressive folk, but it's still a masterpiece. These 3 records from Harmonium are probably the 3 best records by a band in Canada that put out 3 records. Just fucking masterpieces. Can't say enough about them. One of them would be a Desert Island Disc, maybe 2 of them. Next, not the best example of a progressive record. This is Beau Dommage. This is their self-titled record, their first record. But their second record, Où est passée la noche, I think it translates to Where is the Wedding? That has a song cycle on one side that's an entire side, one song, fantastic bit of progressive music. But they did some other things. Some of their other things had some progressive feel. And this band was massive. Probably one of the most important bands in Quebec in the 1970s. Canada just put out like postage stamps and they did like Canadian rock bands, and there was a set of 4. And the Guess Who, and Rush, and Tragically Hip were 3 of the bands, and this album cover for Beau Dommage was the 4th. That's how big a band this band was. The world knows about the Guess Who, and the world knows about Rush, and the world knows somewhat about the Tragically Hip, but this band was bigger than the hip. Okay, next. French Canadian music, progressive French Canadian music. Well, that implies that it's music from Quebec Prog, but it doesn't necessarily have to be in French, and that's what this is. Morse Code Transmission. Morse Code Transmission is the first album from Morse Code Transmission. They put out a second album called Morse Code Transmission 2. Both of them are kind of slightly progressive, but more psych rock. And then the next 3 records, they switch back to their native tongue, and they are in French, and they are prog. So I couldn't find my examples of those, but this is what I got for this. But you should definitely check out this band. This is a great record too. This is on RCA Victor. It's kind of hard to do these, in a short period of time, go and find stuff threads, because I have thousands of records here, but I have a little 10 by 10 room. It's not just my room, but the room all the shit in the house gets plugged into, and it's also a den. It's also an office. It's my listening room, and all my records are in the basement and in other parts of the house, and they're in milk crate. They're not in milk crates. They're in crates that are stacked like 5 and 6 high. So basically, once I start digging for records, I'm moving hundreds of pounds of records, and my back can't really handle it. So I have a hard time finding this stuff. So this is the best stuff I could find for this. But, so here's another example. It isn't the best example, but Octobre, live Chants dans la nuit, Songs in the Night. This is their live album, which was their second last album that they released before they split up. Again, not the best example of their progressive music, but Christophe showed an earlier record from them that's very progressive, and this has some of the songs off some of their more progressive stuff, and then some of the songs off their more folk stuff and their more commercial stuff, but a good band. And I think they took their name from the October Crisis. Just you watch me. Next, that's a quote from Pierre Trudeau. Next is Loup Garou. This is a fantastic record. Some people might find it a little folky, and when I start to listen to it, it's a little folky, and then it opens up, and it becomes more than just a folk record. The keyboards come in, and some good driving guitar, electric guitar parts, so it becomes like more progressive than just a folk record. So it might seem a little folky at times, but it opens up like a beautiful flower. This is a great record. This was Loup Garou. Their subsequent records were called Guerre à Loup because there was a ballet, I believe, in Quebec that was called Loup Garou that threatened to sue them, so they had to change the name. Next is Av'Nir. This is their self-titled record. This is a pretty good record. I don't know if it's progressive, it's fusiony, it's a little. Sometimes it feels a little commercial, but it's still a strong record, and I can recommend that too. It's another great progressive record. Manige, Fred showed Manige, but this is another record from Manige, and this is a record I love. This is Libre Service, self-service, very late in their career, but more fusiony, not so much song cycle material, but incredibly progressive in the way that the entire album flows together, and fucking just incredible fusion and musicianship, and probably the best progressive record that I'm showing here is this. This is Etc. This is a pretty damn hard record to find. Gets some stupid money sometimes, but I picked this up when I was sticking with Mark Beninsky 707 when he was here, and I got it for $10 in a store where I don't like the store, so it's always good to find a record that's improperly priced in a store that you don't like. This is progressive, fusiony, just a fucking jam. This is a Quebec Prog masterpiece by far. So give me 10 and 10. Most of those records I've shown, you can find for locally, like in Canada, you can find those records for like $3, $4, $5, $6. On the internet, you can find them for $5 to $10. They're not overly expensive records. The only really expensive record that I showed was this. So if you're interested in being exposed to some Quebec Prog, Quebec progressive music, there's lots of affordable options there. So cheers, Fred. Cheers, everybody. Have a great day. Keep the record spinning.